Okay, so welcome to changing the subject or rearranging the formula. So we're asked in this question to make x the subject, and the first thing we need to understand about changing the subject or rearranging formulas is the order in which we're going to do the rearranging. Now normally in calculations we are happy with dealing with our BIDMAS rules. BID MAS. Okay, now normally when we're doing calculations we do brackets and indices, then division and multiplication, then addition and subtraction, and we do it top down. When we're rearranging formula we're doing everything backwards, so we're going to do all the BIDMAS rules, we're going to do them in the opposite order to normal, and as we untangle the equations we're going to use inverse operations. So where it says add we're going to do subtract, where it says multiply we're going to do divide, and so on. So this first problem here then, we've got y is equal to x divided by b plus 2. So what order are we going to untangle that? So we've got a bit of a division and a bit of an addition. So we're going to do everything backwards. The first thing we're going to untangle is the addition. So it says plus, we do subtract. So we subtract 2 from both sides. That's my working line, and then I do my column subtraction. So I've got y take away 2 is equal to x on b, and then plus 2 take away 2, that goes away because that's just plus 0, so we don't bother writing that. So next thing then, when I've got x on its own I'm finished and I've made it the subject. So the last thing I've got to get rid of that's stuck to the x is this b. It says divide by b. I do the opposite of divide by b, which is times by b, and I do it to both sides of the equation. So there's my working line. So on the right hand side, divide by b times b, that's just going to go away. I'm going to be left with x, and on the left hand side I'm going to end up with y lots of b take away 2 lots of b. Now I could factorize that, so I could just factorize out the b. So I could just say b lots of y take away 2 is equal to x, and then because we normally like to present the x on the left hand side, I can switch that back round, and then we're going to have x is equal to b lots of y take away 2. Now I just need to understand that either this version up here, that's perfectly valid for this kind of problem, unless it says factorise it. But this is probably the best answer down here where we've factorised it. Okay, so box that up. Right, time to pause and for you to have a go at the you do. Okay, so hopefully you've had a go at the you do now, so I'm just going to go through this to make sure that you understand what you needed to do. So doing our BIDMAS rules backwards, the first thing we're going to get rid of is that subtract 5. It says subtract 5, so we do the opposite, we add 5, but we add it to both sides. So there's my working line. So I've got y plus 5 is equal to x on c. Of course, take away 5, add 5, that's just going to be 0, that's going to go away. So the next thing we're going to need to do is get rid of that c. It says divide by c. I'm going to multiply by c on both sides. There's my working line. So I'm going to end up with yc plus 5c is equal to x. And that's perfectly fine, unless we want to factorise it, in which case we would factorise the c out. We're going to say I've got c lots of y plus 5 is x, and of course really what I want is that just the other way around. So we'll have c y plus 5 and box that up as our kind of best answer. Okay, that's changing the subject 1a.